Okay, so this game is a follow-up on some of the other rhythm activities that we've been doing. Remember when we had a piece of paper and we wrote it, it was divided into rows with 4 squares. We've got 4 each time, okay? So each of these boxes represents 1 beat. Okay, now just at the bottom, I'm gonna draw some different notes just to review. A whole note, which is just a circle, it's called a whole note. It gets 4 counts. So if we are gonna create a rhythm and we have a whole note, it's just a very long note. For example, if we were singing la, and we'd hold that note for 4 counts. So if we did a whole note in the first box, well, it would get all 4 boxes. We could draw a line to represent the note being held all the way across for 4 whole counts. So that's not exactly an interesting rhythm. It's just a note that's been held for a long time. We also have half notes, which get 2 counts. So keep in mind, everything should add up to 4 each line. So if we had a half note, it would get 1, 2, and then we'd have 2 boxes here that we could fill up. If we had a quarter note, that gets 1 count. So we could have 4 quarter notes, we could have a half note here, a half note, and then 2 quarter notes. The other kind of note that we've seen are 1/8 notes. For now, we're just putting 2 1/8 notes together, like that. And they look like a quarter note, but then they're tied together. They're attached at the top. And when we have 2 of them, they equal 1 beat. So we could fit 2 of them in 1 box. Okay, so now once we understand that, and that this always has to equal 4, each line, we can start taking some of our rhythms, like our food rhythms that we've been learning, and we can test each other, and we can clap it, and then we can see if we can write it. And we can see if somebody claps it, if everyone knows what it is, and then we can all clap it, and then we can practice writing it. So that's the whole point of this. So say I go, so I just did 2 food rhythms. I started off. So say we just take the first part of it. Clap, clap. And then I went. Now which claps were faster and which were not as fast? I'll do it again. How about everybody tries to clap that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you notice where the faster claps were? They were at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on beat 4, there was 2 claps. Which rhythm is equal where we have 2 notes in 1 beat? It's this one. So that was on beat 4. Does anyone know which food rhythm that was? It was 2. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Hot dog, grape, soda. So hot dog, 1, 2. We write that 1. So if we're doing hot dog, they're quarter notes, and they each get 1 beat. And then grape soda. Well, grape soda. It also starts with a quarter note. And then the soda part is the 2 1/8 notes, the 2 faster ones. And we've got 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1, 2, 3. And then this makes beat 4. So it adds up to 4 counts. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Then the teacher could clap another rhythm. Maybe. So I'll do that again. Now everybody try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dot, 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 dot. Dot, 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 dot. So, does anyone know what rhythm that is? From our food rhythm sheet? So which one's faster, which one's not as fast? How would we write it? Is it the same rhythm twice, or is it a different rhythm put together? Here's the first part. Now here's the second part. Is the first part and the second part the same? Yes, it is. So we have this twice. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So it's apple pie. In case you weren't sure. Apple pie, apple pie. So which ones are faster? Apple pie, apple pie. The first rhythm is the eighth notes. So we get 2 of them in one box. Apple, pie, so quarter note. And then it repeats again. So not only are we learning to clap it, we're learning to know what it sounds like and identify it by the sound, and we're also learning now how to write it. Here's another one. Okay, so what did I do at the start? Let's try, I'll do it once and then you clap it back. I'll do it again. Okay. I think you might be starting to see a pattern of how to figure this out. That's faster, right? 1, 2. So we're doing 2 claps on 1 beat. And then we're doing another 2 claps on 1 beat. So we have 2 of these. So we've got one group, right? And then another. Which was Hot Fudge Sundae. Hot Fudge Sundae. And then I did this. 2 claps. 1 beat each. Quarter note. Okay, so we can make this into a game. We've got Hot Fudge Sundae, hot dog. Apple pie, hot dog, grape soda. If you want, you can write the words in if it's helpful. Hot dog, grape soda. You don't have to. Then the main thing that we're going to do right now is that we want it to add up to 4. Okay, so we don't want it to add up to 3. We don't want it to add up to 1. We don't want it to add up to 5. We don't really want it to add up to 2. That would just be half, which is okay. But then if you have just a 2-beat rhythm, maybe you might just want to copy it and do it twice so that it adds up to 4. So that's the game. Is somebody, the teacher or somebody else, claps a rhythm, and then everyone has to clap it back, and you practice the rhythm a little bit to make sure everyone has it, and then you try and write it down to see if you can write the rhythm down. So that's why it's important that it's going to add up to 4 so that it fits on the sheet. And that's the game. And then you can do one line, you can do another line. Now don't forget, if I erase one of these, if you use some of the notes that are longer, like a whole note or a half note, I'll do a half note. Remember, it gets 2 beats. We didn't have any of those on the food rhythm sheet, but that's okay. We can still use that rhythm. It's still a common note in songs. And then we still have 2 boxes. We could put whatever we want. We could do hot fudge sundae. We could do apple pie, grape soda. There's some faster rhythms like coconut shrimp. I'll throw that in there just so you guys can remind yourselves how that works. That's an even faster one, which has something that looks like eighth notes, but 2 lines at the top instead of just 1. And then another note here, which is just a single line. This is more complicated. Coconut, and then there would be 1 more. I'll draw it out here so you can see it. So 2 16th notes. Okay, see where the double line is? And an 8th note. So double line here and a single line. So coconut, and then shrimp is a quarter note. So what does all this sound like? I'll just do the coconut shrimp part. Coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp. So 2 16th notes and an 8th note equals 1 beat, just so you know. Coconut shrimp. And a quarter note we know equals 1 beat. So if we're clapping a rhythm that gets more than 1 beat, what I like to do, I would clap on beat 1, and because it gets held over to beat 2, 1, 2. I go like that to represent the extra amount of time the note is being held. So 1, 2. So the whole thing goes like this. I'll do it again. Now you try it. I'll do it again. Now you try it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Coconut shrimp. Da, coconut shrimp. Okay, so that's that one. So like I said, that's the game. Someone creates a rhythm, they clap it, everyone else claps it, you practice clapping it, and then you try and write it down. And the rhythm should equal 4 beats. Okay, have fun everybody.